how to make, well, that's completely wrong, make a YouTube channel. So as a YouTuber, content creator, coach, channel manager, I get asked pretty much the same questions pretty regularly, pretty often. And those include typically, hey, that sounds like a lot of fun. I've always thought about doing it. I'd love to get started. I just don't know how to start a YouTube channel. Okay. Can you show me how to start a YouTube channel? Sure. Which typically is the basics of creating a channel and uploading a video, not even getting into the process of planning and strategy of the type of content you're going to create, just the literal bare bones essentials of starting a YouTube channel. The other question that I would say is relatively high on the list of most frequently asked is, I want to make YouTube videos. I just don't know how. Can you show me? And I don't know how to edit, and I don't have a fancy computer, and I don't have this, and I don't have that. How much do I need to spend, and what do I need to buy, and this, that, and the other? So that's another one. And maybe number 3 would be, I'd love to start a YouTube channel. I just don't know what videos to make. I don't have anything that anyone will be interested in watching. And these are all really good questions. So essentially, how do I start a YouTube channel? How do I upload a video? Or how do I create and edit videos? Because I don't know how. Or what do I do? What do I talk about? What do I share? What do I show? These are all great questions. Hopefully, this video will provide some answers to these questions with just real basic, easy, and simple ways that I do it myself. Other questions include, after we get past this phase and we get to a somewhat more intermediate or advanced, or people who have been doing it for longer periods of time, maybe several months, a couple years or more, then get into, how do I get more views? How do I get more money? How do I, get sponsors? How do I get, how do I build a website? How do I ultimately make the most money possible? Because in my opinion, and I need to do the math, I need to check the numbers, I would be willing to bet that YouTube might be one of the ways that more millionaires have been made than a lot of people think. And I want to show you just how simple and easy it is done. Now, this webpage you see here is actually playing an ad. I didn't know they're going to have a USA ad on here. But this is actually an article that I had pulled up because there's something that was interesting to me. And it's about the Lexus LC500. But we'll get back to that a little bit later. If I can, there it is. You see you did see it for a split second, and then it went away. But I'm actually going to try to simplify this and switch my orientation here, because for some reason it is not wanting to act right. All right. So now what I can do is I can switch tabs here. I got another tab open here. Actually, that's why I couldn't get it. And these are actually stories I'm going to bring to you guys about YouTube and their layoffs. I think those are the same glasses I got. Those look like Ray-Bans. And how people lost their jobs with YouTube when they weren't least expecting it. And this one's really important. I got laid off at Google, which is ultimately, YouTube is under Google, which is Alphabet company. And it devastated me because the company had become my life. And it says, here are 3 things I learned about defining myself based on my job. And a lot of people do that. So it's like when they lose that job, they don't really know who they are anymore. But really, I want to show you guys some of these here but I also want to show you how I got these and how I found them. So what I want to do first is I'm gonna pop myself in here. Hey, how's it going? How y'all doing? And basically what it is I just go in here and create a new tab, right? Every morning. This is pretty much how it goes down. I go in here and I create a new tab, and it immediately, instantly, Google begins to show me news. Okay. Now, all of this is being done and recorded on my Galaxy S23 Ultra. And there's a good reason why I explain everything the way I do. And that is for the added potential reach through the algorithm and these keywords. And just by reading, reading is automatically going to increase the amount of keywords that I use and maybe draw someone's interest. And I just come here and I look at some of the news articles and things that are going on and what's happening overnight. And, for my own personal information, knowledge, but also perhaps maybe, how is this going to impact me personally and business wise? And I think a lot of other YouTubers do this. Now, the big difference is going to be based on the information that you get here. What do you do with it? Okay. And this is very, very important. So like I said, I'm going to do this entirely from my S23 Ultra. Record, edit, upload, everything. So if you are asking, how do I get started? I don't have all this fancy tech. You can do this pretty much on any smartphone, more than likely, for the most part, for like the last 10 years. A lot of this is built in to my Galaxy and my Android. But if not, there are apps that you can get for free or maybe $1.99 that will allow you to screen record and even do a picture-in-picture like you saw me do it, which is interesting because I don't think a lot of my viewers actually watch my videos and that they listen to them more. So who knows, but I like to use the picture-in-picture sometimes and also use it to substantiate and explain myself and validate a lot of the things that I'm saying and provide, fact-based evidence to back up my story, my thoughts, my opinions, my expressions, my predictions, my thoughts. The list goes on and on. So I gotta explain also, this is part of why my channel is changing. My channel's changing. My YouTube channel audience is changing. Most of my demographics are going to change in YouTube Studio. And hopefully, I think for the better, for the gooder. And I actually had somebody ask me yesterday, they said, Kevin, can you explain to me, a little bit more about how to make the most out of YouTube? And it comes down to your audience. But it's more than just who's watching. It's why are they watching? Because the advertisers pay very, very close attention to this, and they will pay more for certain viewers because, in their opinion, certain viewers are worth more in regard to conversions. And this jet is firing up over here. We're over here by a runway. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. But the advertisers, they basically, they can decide based on age, gender, geographic location. This is all data that's provided to YouTube by various inputs in your IP address and things like that, as well as the types of videos that they watch and also your video. What is the context of the video? How long is the video? What is the title of the video? What is the thumbnail of the video? All of these will have an impact in how advertisers decide how much they're going to pay to advertise on your video. So it's kind of like a billboard. And any billboard can have any ad on it. However, the billboard, right outside of, let's just say the billboard right outside of, Uh, the billboard right outside of California. Let's just say the billboard right outside of Anaheim, California, that has a sign on it that says the best hotel to stay at when you're visiting Disneyland. That billboard, that advertisement, that advertisement could be anywhere, but that hotel is going to pay more for it closer to Disneyland in Anaheim, California than they would anywhere else, because it's more than likely going to produce a greater return in people who are looking for a hotel to stay at when they visit Anaheim, California to go to Disneyland. And this is essentially how it works with YouTube. The ads are created. They're videos, they're files, they're MP4s or MOVs, and they're created, they're files, and they can be shown on any billboard. The question is, which billboard will it be on to attract the most attention from the people most likely to convert and engage and spend money with these advertisers, these companies who are advertising. But the beauty of it is that YouTube is this virtual billboard, and these ads can be shown all the time in rotation on different videos, so you're not fighting over that one billboard in the prime location, if that makes any sense. So this goes into how and why certain content creators and certain videos that you may have even noticed yourself on your channel make more money per view, more cost per melee, more revenue per melee, or basically how much advertisers are paying per 1,000 views and how much you're getting paid per 1,000 views compared to others. But be that as it may, what I do is after I've taken a look there, I've got some articles here. And there's only two that I really want to share with you guys here. But I want to go through all of them, because this is why I decided to change my audience. Because I want all of my videos to be more so useful and sought after, new subscribers, alerts, notifications turned on, live streams and live chat engagements, video premieres. I want everything to be YouTuber content creator centric, focused on that, on those folks, you guys. And not because YouTubers are essentially paying the most in regard to advertisers, because they're actually not. You would think that maybe YouTubers are very valuable to advertisers, or real estate content would be really valuable to advertisers, or stocks and investing would be really valuable to advertisers. You would think that, but it's not necessarily as simple as that. And so we can get into that. I'm not going to bore you with the details on that. On this video, we're going to focus on the basics. So this here comes down to inspiration. And theoretically, you could just get inspired and create content by reading the news. And I've seen people do it all the time. Hurricane Lee track shows direct hit to oil refinery as gas prices rise. Here's the minimum annual income required to be middle class in Florida, according to a new study. List of banks that will close this fall: Wells Fargo, Santander Bank, Bank of America. That would definitely be a popular one, or something that would probably interest a lot of people. We've got sky high CEO pay is in focus as workers everywhere are demanding higher wages. Hey, makes perfect sense right now, as so many YouTubers are saying to themselves, hey, why are my views dipping? Why am I not making as much money? Why is my CPM and RPM going down while YouTube is continuously pulling in billions and billions of dollars every single year? That's just YouTube. That's not Google and Alphabet as a whole. It's just YouTube. So additionally, advertisers and YouTube are paying close attention to viewer satisfaction. And this is partially why I decided to change the direction of my channel and my content, and explain to you guys how I'm doing it and how it is working out each and every day. And I think that has a huge impact on the potential viewer's likelihood of actually buying and converting and engaging in these advertisements for their profitability. These advertisers are not only creating ads just to disrupt your video and wait the 5 seconds or however long it may be before you hit skip. They want folks to buy. They want new customers. They are in business to do business, okay? But the problem was that all this information, all these headlines, all these stories were essentially being used as a way to attract attention from viewers, obviously through titles and thumbnails and increased clickability for interest. But I think interest began to be replaced with fear. I think intrigue was replaced with worry, trouble, panic. And I don't know how effective or how likely folks are going to be to engage in or even be remotely interested in conducting business when they're afraid, when they're scared, when they're thinking that the everything that's going on is ultimately going to have a negative impact on them, which then, as a creator, will put you into a place where it becomes difficult to actually create, because all you're trying to do is present the most likely worst scenario of anything possible at every stretch of the imagination, potentially pushing it beyond the limits of reality. And ultimately, now all you're doing is lying to your audience and making them believe something that isn't actually true. Now, to each their own. YouTube is an entertainment platform and is not necessarily designed to only deliver truth and value. But in my opinion, I said, you know what? I would much rather prefer to have discussions and conversations with those who are doing more than just that. Therefore, I want to talk to YouTubers. I want to talk to creators. I want to talk to folks who are trying to figure out how to improve their channels and grow their channels. And what they decide to create, I'll separate myself from that. I want to focus on the technical side, the technical aspect of it. But again, one of the questions I get asked is, how do I get more views? And you could theoretically, more than likely, probably get more views by doing some of these tricks that ultimately produce a lower level of satisfaction amongst your viewers, which is will put you onto a path of diminishing returns. We'll just say that. Besides the whole moral conflict that you may have inside. But not all views are created equally. And I can show you guys firsthand A, B, C, D, and E testing to prove that not all views are created equal, especially if one of your other questions is, well, how do I make more money? Me back to the last two tabs I have here that I want to show you. Number one is slightly unrelated, but I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to share it with you guys because this is about, what tech do I need? Honestly, you don't need much. If you have a way of recording yourself on video, on your smartphone, on a webcam, even if it's on just a regular camera and then you got to put it on a computer somewhere, that's all you really need. Yes, improved visuals, improved audio, improved everything could potentially be better or just more fun and exciting for you. But you don't really need much. You can go get, the least expensive options out there, probably some off-brand from Amazon that is going to perform for you, at least to get you started, at least to see if this is something that you really want to do and continue on down this path, and then potentially make money and then reinvest into yourself and into your business to upgrade and improve. But I saw this and I thought it was interesting because DJI, which is the mic that I'm using here. DJI is the same company whose drone I have, a Mavic Air. DJI is the same company I use their gimbal, their Osmo. And DJI, I mean, they make really, really good stuff. Granted, I don't use their action camera. I use a GoPro Hero 11. But that's a different story. This says that there's a firmware update and a budget set with only one transmitter now available. And unless you are doing duets, basically, you can really get by with just one transmitter. So I saw this. I was like, man, it's kind of interesting. I want to be able to share this with people to let them know that there's a less expensive option out there to get really, really great audio. And you can see here it's even attached on top of the cold shoe for this DSLR camera. And I think that's a Sony. It might be a Sony. But either way, what is it? And how much does it cost? So basically, it's the same setup that I have: transmitter and microphone, dead cat wind diffuser, USB cables, USB-C. It's got a TRS 3.5 millimeter male to male. It's got the magnet for the transmitter. It's got a little case, and it's got the clips, and it's got the adapters here to plug directly into a USB-C or plug directly into a Lightning, which apparently, I don't even know if that's going to matter too much anymore, since the iPhone 15 is now going USB-C from what I hear. So Apple, please make up your mind. But either way, I don't think Android is going to be switching their ports anytime soon. So I'm sticking with Android, but that's just my choice. But either way, it's $219, okay? And basically what it doesn't have is the extra transmitter. So it only has one transmitter, and it doesn't have the charging case. So for $110 more, you could get another transmitter and the charging case, which the charging case does make things simple because you charge the case and the case charges everything else. In the instance of this, you'll have to charge everything separately, which I used to do when I was running a Rode Wireless Go, and it was fine, but it was a little bit of an annoyance, okay? I do like ease and simplicity. So this is just a less expensive way to get your foot in the door at $219. Now, I will say that don't think that you're going to buy this and then upgrade later, because they do not make these where you can like link more than one or two or daisy chain or anything like that. So if you get one, it's only going to work by itself. Don't think to yourself, oh, I'll get one now and then I'll get the set later and then I'll have three. And it doesn't really work like that. So I just want you guys to know. So $219 is less than $329, but in my opinion, I would splurge the extra $110 to get the additional transmitter and the charging case. But if neither one are in your budget, I honestly would just go get a $20 mic from Amazon. I'll actually pull this up and show you guys. This is one of the things I just ordered from Amazon, was this mic here, and it was a cheap lavalier mic. It plugged directly in USB-C, and it was $19.90. And if I knew they had a 5-foot, I didn't pay attention. They had a 5-foot. I might have saved $1 and got the 5-foot, because the 10-foot is a little bit much. But literally, this plugs directly into the USB-C on my Galaxy S23, and it does the job. But speaking of doing the job and making the money, this is what I would prefer to discuss and talk about. 5 best side hustles to earn an extra $1,000 per month. Now, this is very important because this is going to be how you make more money on YouTube. And it's not just through views, right? It's through using YouTube as a means to an end, part of a whole, and then incorporating some of these other strategies into your YouTube channel to build out multiple and diverse streams of income, which I can assure you that is also what these high-paid CEOs are doing. They're not banking on just a paycheck. But this is something actually I shared with you guys just the other day about how I make money, and it says transcribing audio files. So I told you guys I was a script writer or a ghostwriter, and in doing that, it oftentimes includes transcribing audio files to make that happen. Additionally, the other one listed on here is translating in another language. I don't do that myself, and I haven't done it. There are ways to get it done. And this then allows you to take your content and multiply it across multiple different countries and languages to gain more reach, get more views. Now, it may not be on your specific channel or on a specific video, because you may create a separate channel with separate videos designed for certain languages. But essentially, collectively, you would get more views and you would reach more people because you would be communicating with them in their native language. Airbnb hosting is on here. Now, granted, you can't host Airbnb from your YouTube channel, but you can definitely advertise for it. You can definitely market for it, whether it's your property or somebody else's. Actually, I came across somebody yesterday and they told me that they have 54 Amazon Prime vans. And this has nothing to do with Airbnb, but it's just thinking about business. You could even create content about how to host Airbnb, much like they could create content on how to get started running a fleet of Amazon Prime vans. Okay. Additionally, we have affiliate marketing, which, Amazon Associates falls right into that category. I could put a link in the description to any of these products, which I should do that. I got to remind myself to put links in the descriptions to all the products that I've mentioned so far. They will all be affiliate links, and I will earn a commission, not only if you buy these products, but if you just click the link and make a purchase through Amazon within, I think, 24 hours. And I'll get a percentage commission off of your shopping cart, and it doesn't cost you a dime. And every YouTuber should have affiliate links, no matter what. Drop shipping, which is basically Amazon. Amazon is fulfillment, basically, by Amazon. You create a product, you ship it to their warehouse. They facilitate everything else, which is essentially like drop shipping. But drop shipping is another great way to make money. But you can also incorporate that into your YouTube channel and your content. Now, dropshipping is actually huge because my wife has just set up another store. So she has a Teespring store, and she just created another store with Printify or Printful, one or the other, Printify or Printful. And we were watching another YouTuber explain what they do and how they make money, and learning and taking all this and trying to create more value for you guys and for us. So lots of, if not everything we discuss, we try and do ourselves. And she hit the ground running. And I asked her yesterday, I said, so could you teach somebody how to set up a Printful store? She goes, yeah, in a heartbeat. And I like it way better than Teespring. And that is a drop shipping website, which allows her to create designs and choose and curate her product selection for viewers and customers to then buy her merch with her logo on it. And Printful facilitates everything and drop ships the product, and she earns a commission or a royalty, however you want to describe it. But that's pretty much it, folks. How do you get started? It's super simple. It's super easy. I can show you guys in probably like 3 minutes how to start a YouTube channel and how to upload a video. How do you create this content? Very, very simple, very easy. I actually have a video where I've shown you how to do it, how I do it on my smartphone. But if you want to know how to do it on a computer, on Final Cut Pro or any other editing software, I can show you how to do that as well. I actually started out using iMovie, and then I moved on to Wondershare, Filmora. I dabbled with Adobe Premiere. I tested DaVinci Resolve, and I settled and finalized my choice with Final Cut Pro. Reason being, MKBHD, Marquez Brownlee, he uses Final Cut Pro, and I said, if he uses it, I'm using it. And that's another huge, perk to YouTube is, building that rapport with your audience of trust, which, depending on how you take this information and how you spin it and how you present it or what you say or do may have an impact on your trust. And if it has a negative impact on your trust, then you have to realize that satisfaction is going to be low. And not only are your audience and viewers going to realize that, YouTube's going to realize that, advertisers are going to realize that, and it's not going to work out for you best in the long run. which is why I also try not to make my videos seem so bad. For instance, the worst part about starting a YouTube channel versus the best part about starting a YouTube channel. It automatically creates a completely different vibe, mood, and feel for the viewer clicking on it. And it can deliver the same information, if that makes sense. Lastly, motivation. What do I create? Like I said, I just scroll and browse through the news updates and headlines on Google, but that's not the only place that I draw inspiration from. But again, if you guys want to have these conversations, we can have these talks, we can have these chats. My info is in the description down below. You're more than welcome to become channel members. You're more than welcome to reach out on Patreon. You're more than welcome to hit me up on Instagram. And hopefully this has been helpful and beneficial and of some value to you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end the video. I'm going to compile all the clips on my phone, let it create the movie. I'm going to upload it, and we'll be done. Until next time, you guys take care. Be safe. See you soon. Bye. We're going to make this real simple. We go here, and we're going to go to recent. We're going to select these clips. We're going to hit create movie. There they are. Save. It's going to be 30 minutes and 45 seconds. We'll let it run its course. I would be willing to bet and guess that this is probably going to take about 5 minutes. All right, so now we're at 100%. The video is wrapping up its final save, and we will soon have our final product to be able to upload to YouTube. Sometimes this last little leg of the 100% just, I don't know why it says 100% when it's really not done, but it's just like finalizing. This video actually ended up being like 30 minutes long, and I'm pretty sure some of the clips are actually recorded in 4K. But there it is, it's all done. And from here, we just take it to YouTube and hit the plus button, upload a video, select, not that one, that's the wrong one. Select the 30-minute one. Drop shipping is, hit next. And here, you can just put a title, how to make, well, that's completely wrong, make a YouTube channel. But we can change that later. And hit next. Nope. Upload. And there you go. And there you have it. That's it.